on my initial trial run, I picked easy mode and there was just one dude. Apparently we got 3 bandits. Must be because we're in hard mode. Combat. When your turn comes, play any unit you haven't used yet in the round. You can find out which enemy will then come into play. Prepare your strategy. So that's what this means. The enemy, we can easily see which order they will do things in, but we get to decide which order we do things in. Until our first character moves, we can decide to move them anywhere we want on the spawning positions. So, for example, swordsman. Put him up against this guy right here. Actually, they're both rogue-ish characters, so I guess it doesn't matter. But her right here, she might be able to hit them both. Alright, I mean, I don't think it's going to matter that much at this point. This right here is basically our team mana. It's called Valor points. And when they're orange, they are the permanent points that will be lost until you rest in the game. However, there are certain things you can do to get yellow points, which are just until the battle ends. We don't yet currently have those abilities, so anything we use here won't be regained until we rest. Can she hit both from here? I'm not sure. Let's try. Yes. If I attack an enemy from behind, I will get an increased critical hit chance by an extra 30%. But you cannot reach, apparently. That's unfortunate. We'll go ahead and attack this hoodlum who's currently engaged. Even though he was at full health compared to the others, he is currently actually engaged, so I would do more damage. And then we're going to select our Valor point and weaken the enemy for 1 round. I'm not so worried about weakening the enemy, but this will keep this poacher, I assume. I don't actually know, because I've never weakened a bowman before. But I assume that this means that he's not going to be shooting arrows at us. Now, he might disengage. I don't know if the AI will willingly disengage. Your movement range. You can probably get to anywhere my archer can get to. Unfortunately, the reason why I picked the archer so close is this is my actual shooting range. That's a very short range. Head on over here so we can get some support from that side and see what this hoodlum chooses to do. Go after the archer, of course. This allows my rogue to actually enter battle with somebody this turn rather than do nothing, so it's not really a losing proposition for me. Now I could have run up to the archer and cured her poison, but that would have cost me a valor point. At this point, I think we're just going to go ahead and keep moving. Now I don't know what happens if we kill an enemy before they take their turn. I don't know. I assume that nobody moves in to take his spot. If I kill this hoodlum, I assume that this poacher does not take the hoodlum's turn. Let's go ahead and see if we can kill this one first. We could go over here and critical hit him. Would that do enough damage? 6 to 8. It wouldn't kill him outright now. So, Alright, so we'll just do another swing at the group then. You're up next. We'll have you. Unfortunately, okay, 1 to 2 damage. There's a chance we take this guy down. Good job. Just decked him. We got galvanization, which is basically when our morale reaches this first threshold, we get a 50% damage bonus. Go ahead and move in. If we let them flee, while that does give us points towards an in-game achievement, which gets you a PP, which I don't know what that actually does. I'm sure it's some sort of meta thing for your party, but we are actually just going to kill them so that we can get their loot for the time being. Right, 10 damage. You would do 6 to 11, probably do 9 to 12. So yeah, we'll go with you first. Surround and engage enemy unit with 2 allies to get a bonus. So we would do 11 to 14. Good job, Wolverine. Then we can always change your name, but I don't think we can change their appearance. If we wanted to repair our armor, it would cost us 1 point of raw material for every 10 points of armor per person. So if this person had 5 armor, this person had 5 armor. Even though that's 10 points of armor total, I believe that would require us to cost 2 raw materials. We'll go ahead and pay that, I think. For everybody else in between us and destination. You know what? No, we're not going to pay that. And of course, if you pick cannibalism, you can eat. They also don't appear to be worth selling. So you can sell it to a merchant and then steal it back just to build up your stealing experience from what I can see. I don't know if it's the most economical thing you can do. Again, I've only played for a little bit, but I did mess around a lot just to figure out what's going on. Let's also go ahead and pause and take a look at our group. If we wanted to, we can try seeing if this gold dagger is worth equipping to our ranger. If the ranger was using it, they'd do 6 to 8 and apply 1 poison. Our current weapon does 6 to 8. So it's the same, but this one adds an extra point of dexterity. On the right, it says dexterity plus 3, and in parentheses plus 1. This means that we're actually having a total gain of plus 1 dexterity. Let's go ahead and swap that in. I don't know if there's dual wielding. I have tried, doesn't do anything. This just seems anything that's a trinket, I think you just sell. I'm not sure you can actually use them. Your characters move straight to the point you click on, so if there's something in the way, they don't actually go around. Alright, if you press Alt, you will see everything light up, but it's a very pale gray that makes it difficult. So I would recommend tapping Alt rapidly so that you can quickly, by visual, see what things you can click on. Because there might be some plants around that you can pick up, but you would never know unless you hovered over it. The other strategy is to go wild mouse, which is to do this. And I think that's way more spastic to watch. So when I enter a town, I'll probably do this flickering a bit just to see what I can click on. If I wanted to steal stuff, I can click on this and get just a little bit of extra resources. We will go ahead and do this because, one, suspicion will go down automatically over time, as far as I know, and they maybe up to a limit, but we're just going to go ahead. And 2, there is a reward for stealing. If we take a look here, we see dead or alive, accumulate 250 suspicion. So if we wanted this 1 PP, whatever that PP is, I'm not sure what this does for you. Maybe get reward with stuff over here. Coming soon. We're going to have to accumulate PP over time. Send 5 people to jail. There's one that we're magnanimous, was to allow 10 enemies to flee battle. Once we get enough initial equipment, we'll probably let a few of the enemies flee, because I'd rather have the newbies enemies flee now rather than having more lucrative enemies flee. It's like, all that gold. Yeah, we'll achieve these over time. So let's go ahead and pilfer some of this stuff. We need to now we've unlocked, just by opening this thing, a new profession. This profession adds +1 to your dexterity. So this one adds +2% critical hit. This one adds dexterity. Since this character actually has Bloodthirsty for a 3% critical hit chance, for a total of 9% critical chance, we're actually going to pick someone else, like this ranger right here. We're going to make him the thief. We might temporarily assign everybody to be a thief, in fact. 5% critical hit, I mean, that's not bad, but realistically, I'm not going to wear the fan that. But we will go and keep the archer as our critical. And so now we can pick any one of these. We're going to have the ranger build up experience, because these two are just in it for the stat points. They're probably never going to level it up. We're going to have ranger do it. You can steal items using right click. Each theft increases the guard's suspicion level. So if I steal this leather, I will get anywhere between 25 to 40 wanted points. Let's take a look here real fast, because he has something we can try to steal as well.
When I think of how many people don't shoe their ponies, it makes me want to pull out the little hair I have left. Tell you what, buy a horse from us, and I'll throw in the horseshoes for free.
I wanted to steal these. That would definitely make me wanted. Bonus movement speed in the world increased by 3%. Can inspect each one, see if they have any traits. Cooperative and vegetarian. Damage increased by 10% of ally. Bearing capacity is 53. 3, 4, 2, 11, 13. 6. Wow. Okay, so the first one is way better willpower. If we did want to buy a pony, it'd be this one. I don't think we can afford it. Yeah, it's 180 gold. We only have 100. Only reason I'd want a pony was for the horseshoes. We'll just steal these for the time being. Alright, now we've accumulated 60-ish suspicion towards our 250.
Although the war in Edarin has been a boon for my business, I cannot help but feel for my poor ponies. I can tell you aren't soldiers. Take them with you if you can. Otherwise, they would most likely end up dead on the battlefield through no fault of their own.
That's like a low-key insult there. We're not soldiers, huh? That's everything, right? You can also hold right-click. Oh, wait, look, see. I wouldn't have even known that. Anyway, there's something right here. Now let's see how many points of experience he has towards it. So he has 17 points of experience. He's almost to the next level on that. The signpost reads, West Stromkapp, East Tilton Jail.
Are you bandits? We have nothing. We are only refugees fleeing the Ediranian war. Please, let us go. I beg you.
Alt doesn't seem to do anything here. We got a knowledge point, which we'll access once we get to the town. Actually, town doesn't even pause, so we might as well do it here. It says knowledge point because this is for the tinkerers, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a set of... The reason why I say that is it's down here. It'll be under G. I was initially thinking I should rebind it to K for knowledge, but this compendium is for everything, not just knowledge. I'm thinking we'll probably go for run, which means that we get more increased world map speed. I'm assuming this is not per person, because each person only eats 3 food. Not counting the horse, of course. This is what we're going to get as we start leveling up. Right, let's go ahead and get this so we can move fast in the world. And every time we get a knowledge point, we can apply something here. Alright, game does not pause when you're in this coming screen here. Oh, I clicked on... Because it was lagging, I clicked again.
Come, come! Take a look at my wares!
I could try to steal, but we'd get wanted right away. Here's our stolen stuff. I don't know how they know things are stolen. Even if I sold them a dead body and then stole it back, it would be a stolen dead body. How do you know this? I've never understood or liked games that do that. I wanted to buy resources or barber kit. Okay, so this is, I guess, how we would adjust our hairstyle. Would we adjust our face too?
Please, can you spare some food? Thank you so much. I will pray for you.
See, 3 people left to talk to. We'll talk to this guy before we leave town. We'll come back here later.
You touch it, you buy it.
I would buy all this stuff except we have a carrying capacity, so I'm not actually gonna just buy things right now.
Those refugees. I understand there's a war in Edoran, but that doesn't mean they can just help themselves.
So in this screen, it does not pause. This is the screen we were at earlier, but I was clicking. You've now unlocked the alchemist's profession. Let's go ahead and make fruit alchemist. I think it's the same dexterity. Yeah. So that I don't actually make someone else. I want him to get all the thieving points. I don't want to waste it on other people. Or sorry, ranger to get all the thieving points. Let's make him alchemist for now, just to get them out of the way. I think I might be able to unlock blacksmith while I'm here, but I'm not entirely sure.
My concoctions can heal the most grievous injuries. Be sure to hold on to the vials after using them.
So yeah, it would be costing 40 gold apparently to fix up an injury. However, this fish oil is for sale at half price. But I'm not sure what I would necessarily do with fish oil yet. And these recipes don't require it. And these recipes don't require it. Okay, well now everybody has a different profession. I don't even know what that gave. +1 strength. Yeah, that's fitting, actually. This is also strength-based, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright, maybe she will be the blacksmith then. And he will be the alchemist. I was just trying to show the stats. There's not much need for him to be the alchemist, because I don't think his dexterity is going to get him anywhere.
You can use my anvil. I can also repair your armor. Oh, and I'm looking to hire a skilled blacksmith, if you happen to know one.
I'll buy this up once it goes on sale, if it goes on sale, but otherwise we're not going to bother. So I think it was going to cost us... Was it going to cost us 2 just to repair it earlier? Why? Repair for 1. For 1. So it actually would be cheaper for me to buy 2 of these and then repair it that way, rather than pay him for repairs. I thought it was going to be cheaper to go to him for repairs. Maybe it could be in certain circumstances. I'm not gonna pay him for this. Can the tinkerer do anything? I want some lockpicks. Right? I don't know if we ever have a use. I guess there's fishing, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. I have gotten to locks. I don't know if there's a better way to do this lockpick stuff or not. Like maybe if I build somewhere else, but we're gonna go with this for now. I don't know what that meant by first craft bonus, because I still only have the 3 lockpicks. I forged 3, I got 3. I mean, like, it's not like I got an extra 3. I do have an extra knowledge point, however. We'll go and get endurance training. And it's companion. How much is this armor? 5 armor? Alright, that's bad. Now I know she can level up, but let's take a look at it. Okay. We can see that there's 2 pluses for movement. I think this is just like a random draw where I get a point to spin, but depending on where I spend it, it's how much bonus I get. So in this case, you get a 1 point in dexterity, or a 1 point in constitution, or a 2 points in movement. So without career planning, if I wanted the most bang for my buck, I might go with this. I don't know how much an archer needs to move. We're going to leave it alone for right now and try to get career planning before we pick anything for that. I think you can re-specialize people. So we're going to go ahead and go Valor's Victory right now, and the event she kills enemies and gets points for that. Not entirely sure this will work out the way I think. But we will hold off on the attribute. As for Brute, let's go ahead and repair this armor as well. We also could have tried to buy new armor in town, but there wasn't anything here, so... Oops, wrong. That's not how we get out. And then we have a town hall. Not much going on in this room.
Are you mercenaries? I'll have you know that we do not take kindly to refugees in these parts. Why, you ask? Because they have overrun our streets and are now taking to the roads. Erdogan is sending our way anything with legs and a mouth that cannot wield a sword. You have your work cut out for you. There is no lack of honest folk in need of help to fend off the refugee menace.
That reminds me, let's go ahead and sell the blade. Go back to the forge real quick.
You can use my anvil. I can also repair your armor. Oh, and I'm looking to hire a skilled blacksmith, if you happen to know one.
Now that's actually in our... somewhere. It's listed somewhere for us, but I don't remember where the game has written down. I thought I wrote it down somewhere for us. Oh, in the map. The map, that's where. So it says, if hammer for hire, find a blacksmith and bring him here. I mean, my character is a blacksmith, but not a very good one. He's a novice, so I guess he doesn't count. That's fine. We have 3 potential hireling. I don't know if 8 is the max, and I was advised by Dayraran, who told me about this game in the first place. He's got like 200 hours of playtime. I was advised to keep my party at 4, and I kind of looked at some of the Steam reviews for the game. It mentions that if you have a larger party, you end up making the fights go longer because then you have more enemies to fight. However, I'm also, for the same reason I picked hard difficulty, I want to show you, I want to have things different than how we would normally play. I will go ahead and recruit more people. Maybe not these guys, but I will go ahead and recruit more people so that we can have one other classes. Recording this is more than just about me playing for fun. It's also me showing you how things are rolling and what the game is like in all aspects.
Say, it's not often you see new faces around here. Well, apart from the Edoranian war refugees, that is. Feel free to come back often. There's always folk looking for work around here, especially since all the fighting started across the border.
I've had enough of my nightmare neighbors. Take me far away from here.
She is a warrior, and we're not a warrior. We're actually swordsmen and brute. So this would be an entirely different set. She has no traits, however, so that's a minus against her. We'll go and keep moving.
I am at your service, provided you pay me handsomely.
Yeah, provided. You have hardworking, profession experience, and you are a blacksmith. Basic. Okay, but we already have a ranger.
I was part of another group of mercenaries, but one morning, they left without me.
Doesn't exactly speak well of you. Dexterity, nimble. Okay. This guy, he would charge us influence. I don't know if you actually need to pay him, or here's what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and save. Apparently you can't open the menu while you're paused. What is this town called? Stromkapp. We go talk to him. He is a civilian, the informant.
Psst. You. Yeah, you.
You looking for work? I can give you tips and point you toward the best missions. The kind that pays much better than the measly rewards the Mercenary Guild has to offer.
In real world sense, you wouldn't have to pay for these. You could just go talk to the guy. You could run over to wherever he's leading you as a lead. But since it's a game, I think you actually have to pay for this. You also cannot steal it.
Of course, you'll then have to meet the client and meddle in other people's affairs. But at the end of the day, it's the number of crowns in your purse that counts, right?
Pause for a second. Yeah, we came home all of a sudden.
Might you be looking for work? Our role as emissaries is to ensure that all service requests are fulfilled. We regularly update our job offers.
So this will probably be the bulk of the game, and I believe they are randomly generated battles. This was one in the previous try I did, help requested drunkards. I think I understand what they're trying to go for here, but it sounds like you're supposed to help the drunkards. So when you go to them, it says that you can just leave or attack them. If you leave, you don't actually complete the quest, because you're supposed to actually defeat the drunkards. Yes, it says here, a group of drunkards have decided to square off with the refugees. They must be stopped before things get out of control. When you're using these, it's called an antecedent, but when you're using these, the pronoun, they, points to the nearest noun that has been talked about. Now, the nearest one is refugees. The refugees must be stopped before things get out of control. No, they're talking about the drunkards. Help requested drunkards is talking about, hey, you have a help requested to deal with drunkard. This is a completely reverse situation. Again, it's just a grammatical thing. Nobody cares with me. But yes, my whole point about talking about this is I will probably only show the region scenarios, or at least that's going to be the bulk of the playlist. Stuff like Vanquish Grimert's Squad, that's a randomly generated dude, randomly generated battle. It's just essentially a fight, right? But so I probably won't be showing my slow climb to power, getting money and food and all that, but it will be showing the progress of the scenario. With all that out of the way, let's start looking at these. You can accept 3 of them, and after a period of time, the bounties will be refreshed or added. If you accept one, then cancel one, it goes ahead, it just disappears from the list. So we'll go and start with the easy ones. We'll take the drunkards. It's to the southeast, right there. This is to the southwest. Not in the same direction at all, but we could do the Grimert Squad and Petramine at the same time, or this actually. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll go to the southeast, deal with the drunkards, then come back to town, and then take on these 3 if they're still here. I think that's what we'll do. Let's sell off this baseball or whatever it is.
Come, take a look.
Now we're going to talk to this dude.
For a few crowns, I can polish your armor. Please, I'm so hungry. Here we go. A little spit and polish here and there. Done. So shiny I could go blind just looking at it. Thank you for all the money. It will be well spent.
Oh, I'm sure. Renart stole 20 gold and took off. Now, even though it's that icon, it doesn't appear to be part of the scenario. Maybe it is. Nonetheless, we're going to go after him.